Hello and welcome to this episode of Dread Captures, the ultimate destination for those who seek the thrill of witnessing the unexplained. Our channel is dedicated to bringing you the most compelling and jaw-dropping camera footage we can find. Trail cameras, security cameras, and other recording devices can capture events that occur when no one is around. We have gathered trail camera footage of wild animals, cryptids, paranormal activity, along with mysterious creatures lurking in the shadows and strange sightings and phenomena that defy explanation. We have it all. Our team of experts scours the internet and beyond to bring you the latest and greatest in the world of wildlife and the unknown. So whether you're a seasoned cryptozoologist, a veteran outdoorsman, or just a curious viewer, buckle up and get ready for an adventure like no other. Now, let's get into the captures. A couple in Russia were driving through a wooded area late at night, completely unprepared for what was about to happen. As they made their way down the road, a tree suddenly crashed to the ground right in front of them, forcing them to drive through it. Thankfully, there was no serious damage, and no one was injured, but the driver was understandably shaken by the sudden event. While it seems like this was merely a random branch falling, some viewers have suggested something more mysterious. A few people commented that it could have been a Sasquatch or a Yeti that threw the tree. They pointed out that even though the road was dark, it didn't seem to be lined with trees. I'm not sure what to make of it. Personally, I think the tree just fell, as the way it came straight down doesn't look like it was thrown by someone or something. Nevertheless, it's an incident that was undoubtedly terrifying for those involved, and it leaves room for speculation and imagination.
It was Verdi, he was a composer.
Have you had a chance to check out this unsettling footage? It's a clip from a travel show presented by James May, and what the cameras have captured is truly intriguing.
What is that?
Because these woods are very much like the ones near where I live in South Wiltshire. It's got the same gradient, it's got the same...
At first, some viewers dismissed it as a mere editing error or a glitch in the video. However, many others believe that this could actually be a real ghost caught on film.
It was Verdi, who's a composer. What is that? The universe, if I
To my eyes, it appears to resemble an old soldier, possibly wearing a traditional long cloak. But I'll leave it up to you to decide. What do you think it could be? Let me know in the comments along with whether or not you believe in ghosts.
Grey cloudy day. What is that? The universe, if I
The footage of the so-called Fresno, California nightcrawler might be among the oddest videos supposedly depicting an alien being that you'll ever encounter. At first glance, you might find the footage laughable. The appearance of these alleged creatures in the video can make anyone skeptical. In fact, when I first watched it, I remember thinking, it looks like a pair of pants running off. But for those who specialize in debunking videos, this one proved more challenging to dismiss than anticipated. A sci-fi TV series called Factor or Faith made attempts to debunk the Fresno nightcrawler footage. However, no matter what methods they employed, they were unable to replicate the creatures captured in the video. Ultimately, they labeled the footage as inexplicable. A year after the episode aired, another similar video surfaced. This time, the supposed alien was captured in Yosemite National Park, a location 60 miles away from the original sighting. Moreover, images began to emerge online, displaying peculiar wood carvings. People claim that these carvings were ancient American Indian statues representing the creatures, but these reports remain unverified. So, are these bizarre beings genuine extraterrestrial creatures? Or is it merely a clever hoax using pants as a puppet? I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts on this curious matter. On Dread Captures, we have covered a number of clips highlighting animals in their natural surroundings. We've heard bobcats and mountain lions mating calls. We've featured deer and elk during their rutting season. The sounds these creatures make are incredibly varied, serving not just as mating calls, but also as warnings of potential danger. Now here's a clip that's rather intriguing. A police officer in Texas stopped at a rest area and managed to record an extraordinary sound coming from the woods nearby. Just listen to it.
I'm starting to regret that I stopped at this rest stop. And they say Bigfoot isn't real?
The volume of this bellow is striking. It's not just loud, but has an almost otherworldly quality to it. Could this be the call of an exceptionally large stag or elk? Or is there something more mysterious at play here? The police officer who recorded this sound has a tempting suggestion. Could this be the cry of Bigfoot? As much as some insist that Bigfoot is nothing but a myth, this sound certainly makes you wonder. It's a question that lingers and invites speculation. What do you think it could be? In this video, opinions are starkly divided between those who believe what they see and the skeptics. A scene unfolds where a teenager is filming a school project when something weird occurs. The camera seems to catch a glimpse of something, or someone, staring at him through the window. You'll need to watch closely as it's a brief moment. At one point, the family dog leaps up to fetch a tennis ball, inadvertently pushing the blinds aside. That's when you can faintly recognize half of a face peering through the window. Can you see it? Something is unmistakably peering in at them. Some viewers believe this could be an alien, or even Bigfoot. The debate rages on as the face seems to be more than just a reflection. It clearly resembles a face, possibly some sort of humanoid or unknown creature. Some have suggested it might be a hoax, with a fake dummy or statue placed outside the window. But as others have noted, the dog doesn't seem alarmed by the face. Maybe it's just too engrossed in chasing the ball to notice anything else. What adds to the authenticity is the difficulty in staging this. To fake the video, the dog would have to be trained to jump on the couch at precisely the right moment, something that seems unlikely. There's no evidence of any commands given to the dog either. All in all, the video feels genuine and natural. It's a piece that certainly sparks debate and captures the imagination. Whether real or a clever fabrication, and whether it depicts an alien, Bigfoot, or something else entirely, it leaves us with a lingering sense of curiosity and wonder. Leave me a comment and let yours be the one that unravels the mystery. In a chilling piece of security camera footage, something quite unsettling has been captured. Taken in the still, dark night, with no other source of illumination but the camera's IR light, this video has ignited quite a conversation. Let's take a look. What was caught on camera is deeply disturbing and seemingly inexplicable. Some initially thought it might be a flash, perhaps even a vampire, given the eerie trail it left behind. The dark figure that suddenly zoomed into the frame appeared supernatural, and the person whose trail camera caught the image was convinced he was dealing with something far from ordinary. Others, however, were more skeptical, speculating that it could be a shadow of an animal, like a bird or a swooping bat. As much as we want to settle for that mundane explanation, the ghostly appearance and otherworldly speed of the movement leave us questioning any straightforward answers. A well-known cryptid hunter has weighed in on the footage and is almost positive that this is evidence of the elusive Mothman. For those unfamiliar, The Mothman is a legendary creature reportedly seen in the Point Pleasant area of West Virginia, described as a man-sized entity with glowing red eyes and wings like a moth. It has been associated with ominous events and disasters. The sightings and lore around the Mothman have created a significant mystique, making it a popular subject in cryptozoology and paranormal studies. So, what's your take on this footage? Could it be a mere shadow or something more supernatural like the Mothman? The enigmatic nature of the video and the varying opinions make it all the more intriguing. Feel free to share your thoughts. In February 2021, a Brazilian news broadcast was conducting an interview live on air when they inadvertently captured something truly mysterious on film.
Muitas pessoas aí estão me procurando, né? Devido à imagem que parece uma nave espacial.
The mysterious unknown object flies by in the background.
Quando então, acho que sem querer a gente pegou alguma coisa que a gente não sabe ainda o que é, não é isso, Arsenio?
When the show went on, thousands of Brazilian locals noticed the strange object again, writing into the station. Before long, the mysterious sighting made worldwide headlines with news outlets speculating on what it might be. Let me know what you think this is in the comments. A man found himself stranded in the remote Russian wilderness after his truck gave out on him. Facing freezing temperatures, he ventured into the unfamiliar landscape, seeking help. It wasn't long before an unsettling feeling overcame him, and he began to believe that something or someone might be trailing him. What do you make of this mysterious circumstance? Share your thoughts and theories with me. A man was taking a leisurely hike in the mountains, appreciating the serene beauty of the nearby lake and the majestic mountain trails. It was the kind of tranquil day that anyone would find calming. However, this peaceful day took a startling turn when he detected a noise behind him. Fortunately, his keen eye spotted a mountain lion stealthily tracking him, most definitely seeing him as potential prey. Realizing that he was being pursued by the mountain lion, fear gripped him, and he began to run for his life.
Oh, shit! Hey! Rah! Rah!
In a desperate attempt to fend off the predator, the man let out a loud roar, pulling out all the stops in hopes to get the lion to stop. Astonishingly, this raw human roar managed to halt the big cat in its tracks. It was indeed a fortunate escape on what could have been a very unlucky day. In the following footage, we introduce you to an inquisitive bear. This particular bear has made an appearance on this trail camera more than once, leaving us wondering what exactly it was doing there. One thing is clear though, the bear wasn't a fan of being watched. Deciding to take action, it used its powerful paws to attack the camera, biting and tearing at it until it was completely demolished. The bear's aggressive dismantling left no trace of its presence, and as the video abruptly ends, it becomes apparent that the camera was torn to shreds by this fierce creature. This leaves us without any further footage of the animal, leading us to believe that perhaps, like us, bears also appreciate their privacy. Jacob Gardner, while exploring last week, couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched.
Something was like in the trees, kind of like going from tree to tree, so I figured like maybe it was a bigger bird or something.
Working near hiking trails in La Crucenta, Jacob decided to take a video on his phone during his afternoon break. The spot was not far from the highway and a nearby YMCA. However, it was only later that he realized what he had recorded.
It totally hit me that that's must have been what I heard and what was making me feel a little bit uneasy at the time.
We've slowed down the video for a closer look, and you can see something swinging high among the trees. A local CBS news station presented the video to a fish and wildlife expert for review.
It looks like an ape, and it definitely could possibly be an ape.
Here's what he had to say. Despite being close to a freeway, the area is not completely devoid of wildlife. Sightings of deer and smaller animals are common, but an ape? There have been no previous reports of an ape being spotted in the area. Some comments left on the video say that it is definitely an ape. Others think it's a baby Sasquatch, while some naysayers believe it to be simply an odd angle of tree branches blowing in the wind. What say you guys?
Well, is it a legend, a folk legend, or has a local farmer actually found proof of the mysterious chupacabra, an elusive animal said to feed off the blood of livestock? Well, that question has residents in Nelson County buzzing after a farmer captures the unusual animal. So far, that can't be explained. WLKY's Ann Bowden went to Nelson County and to see the farm and see the animal herself. She joins us now with more. And before you get going, was it as unusual as residents are saying it is?
Rick, I really cannot explain it. It is hard to explain it. And unless you see it in person, pictures really don't do it justice. It is just freakishly weird. And you don't know how to explain it, whether it's a chupacabra or not.
The discovery occurred when the farmer, Mark Catherine, noticed something strange in his field.
I saw something move down in this little field below the house here, and it just looked unusual.
The creature came closer to Mark's farmhouse, prompting him to take a better look through his binoculars. His wife joined him, but the more they observed, the stranger it appeared.
Strange, so I'm going to get my rifle and shoot it and get a close look, you know. And I'm glad I did because it's, you know, I don't know what it is. It's been anything from a big rat to the legendary chupacabra.
Many times these chupacabra sightings end up being a dog or coyote with mange, and that makes sense. However, some time back, a lady in Texas killed one and had its DNA tested, and it came back as an unknown species. Really makes you wonder what we're dealing with here. Here's a delightful clip that showcases two charming baby fawns sprawled on a gravel road. These innocent creatures seem to believe they're hiding from the human filming them, who they likely view as a threat. Yet, their attempt at concealment is amusingly ineffective, as they're quite noticeable. Nevertheless, it's an incredibly cute and amusing moment to witness. These fawns are seen bedding down, lying as low and motionless as possible. Whether it's an innate behavior or something learned from their mother, their intention is to remain undetected. If you've ever been in the woods and had a deer suddenly leap up beside you, you know how startling it can be. But it's also remarkable how close these creatures can let you approach before they decide to move. This leads to a couple of intriguing questions. If you were to come across these two baby fawns on the road, what would your reaction be? And what's your theory on how they found themselves in this unusual situation to begin with? In the scenic woods of Oregon, a group of musician friends were enjoying a jam session when an unexpected incident took place. In the midst of their playing, a small creature suddenly launched an attack, striking one of the friends, Derek, on his shoulder. The instruments fell silent as everyone stared in shock at the tiny assailant. It was a bat, and it had hit Derek with a soft thump, then proceeded to climb up his body. The group watched, horrified, as Derek felt the cold snout of the bat and its tiny but sharp teeth sink into his neck, perilously close to his jugular vein. In a desperate move, Derek managed to throw the bat off, only to see it fly into a nearby tree, where it continued to watch them, eerily silent. Though shaken, the friends tried to dismiss the incident as a one-time freak event and resume playing. But the bat was not done. It made two more aggressive swipes at Derek. That was enough for one of his friends, who took a BB gun and shot the bat. The friends collected the dead bat and took it to the local health department for testing. The results confirmed their worst fears. Derek had been bitten by a rabid bat. The following days were filled with anxiety and discomfort as he underwent a series of rabies shots. This chilling encounter serves as a cautionary tale and a reminder that even a casual outing can turn into something far more serious. It's an experience the group is unlikely to forget, and it leaves us with a lingering sense of unease about what can lurk in seemingly peaceful surroundings. With the rise of artificial intelligence, it's getting harder to tell what's real and what's fake. Consider this image, for example. It looks genuine and might very well be. Here's the story. A hunter put a hidden camera in a tree and left it there for weeks or even months. When he checked the footage, he found something truly unsettling. An unknown hairy creature on all fours. What do you make of it? To me, it might be a young Sasquatch. It's on all fours and covered in hair, like you'd expect from a Sasquatch. But its legs and lower half seem slimmer than others I've seen. Without more footage or different angles, though, we can't be certain. What do you think? Could this be a juvenile Sasquatch or something else entirely? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so please share them in the comments. A man recently submitted a video to a channel claiming that his trail camera caught a skinwalker transforming back into its human form. Let's take a closer look. In the footage, we can see a forested area with what appears to be a human figure, specifically a man, covered in mud and centered in the frame. He seems to be moving from left to right. The scene is puzzling. It's not something you'd typically expect to find. After all, who would be wandering around this area naked, coated in mud, unless they were in the process of shifting from a wild creature back into human form? Now, I know that sounds bizarre, but we've witnessed plenty of unexplainable things in our world, so I can't entirely dismiss the possibility. We're inclined to think that the person who submitted the image may be onto something and could very well be telling the truth. Unfortunately, we don't have information about where the image was captured. So, what's your take on this? Could we be looking at a real-life skinwalker in the midst of transformation? Or perhaps it's just a human caught in an unusual situation in the woods. There's always the chance that it's an elaborate hoax, too. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this mysterious occurrence. Caught on dash cam in the midst of a blizzard in Buffalo, New York. Is a sighting that will stop you in your tracks. As you direct your attention to the right side of the screen, an unusually tall and slender figure emerges from the snow's cover. Some believe this to be the SLENDERMAN, a mythical entity characterized by its towering height, featureless face, and elongated arms, often associated with the stalking, disappearance, and general terror of its victims. The authenticity of this capture remains a hot debate. Personally, the extended reach of the creature's arms and its lack of effort to conceal itself raise my suspicions. However, the intrigue surrounding the sighting is undeniable. So I want to hear from you. What's your take on this eerie encounter? Is it a genuine glimpse of the legendary Slender Man, or just a clever fabrication, real or fake? Share your thoughts in the comments below.